Hi guys, today I thought I would show you a few things you can do with some bits and pieces you've got lying around home. And if you're anything like me, you might be a bit of a hoarder, and I keep ribbons and old shoelaces that we're not using, things off presents, all sorts of things I tend to keep in the bag because they can be useful for all sorts of things. I keep telling my husband. These are some things that you can do with the likes of your extra bits and pieces to make some cool little things. So we're going to have a look at doing some different types of plaiting and weaving today, and I've popped a few sample things into a little bit of a mobile here, a bit of a natural stick that I found outside in the garden. There's some normal plaiting which can look really effective with different colours. There's some weaving. I've just found some old ribbons and bits of material that I thought was quite cool and wound them round an old CD that I wasn't using anymore. So I've just threaded them in and out just to give a different effect. And this one here I've actually woven. So I'll show you how this one works to start with. So I grabbed an old CD, Best 80s Karaoke Mix. Yeah, that one we can get rid of. So I've got a CD and some wool here. I grabbed a section of wool. Oh, need to get the scissors out. And I thought I would leave myself a little bit of a length to tie it up with later. So just doing a knot like you do a shoelace. Cross it over, tuck it under, and then do that again. Cross it over, make a loop, tuck it under to make a knot, and then I've got a length I'm going to leave because I might want to hang this up. So then I'm going to just thread this in and out of my CD, in and out, in and out, and you'll see that I'm making just a whole lot of pieces that I can then thread things around and make it look really cool. So these can hang up. You could have, if you've got a whole lot of old CDs that you're not using anymore, you could put them all together and make yourself a mobile and just get creative in how you decorate them. You could paint them up. You could weave them like I'm doing now. I bet you'll come up with way more interesting and fun ideas than even I can think of to create a neat hanging piece of artwork. Okay, once you've got, obviously once I've run out of wool, because you can't put a whole border wool through the middle, but a length end you can. Once you've run out, you could just tighten a knot and then grab another piece of wool and keep going till you've gone all the way around. How close together it is, totally up to you. There's no right and wrong way of doing this. So now I've come to the end of my piece, I think I'm going to tie it up with that long bit that I'd left. Just tighten a knot in the middle there. It doesn't really matter because you're going to weave it anyway and you're going to cover it up, and I'm still left with this. I might just tuck it under one of those pieces so that when I hang it, it kind of goes from the top like that. Okay, so I would probably get another piece of wool and keep going round so I've got all of it covered, and I'd probably put them a little bit closer together. Although having a little bit of the CD shining through looks actually quite cool. Okay, so there we are. I'm halfway done. I'll show you how it looks. Then I would get myself a little bit of ribbon out of my bag and find something I quite liked. So here's a little bit of red, and it's got a little bit of gold just around the end of it. I don't know, came off something. Had it sitting there for years. Now I can finally get to use it. Now I'm going to thread, I'm going to weave in and out. So I'm going to go under the first one, okay, and then over the second bit of wool, then under the next bit of wool and then go over the next bit. So you're going under and over all the way through. Under and over and under and over the next one, under the next one, and keep going till you've gone all the way around. Now you can do it with one long piece and keep threading it round and round and round, or you can do what I've done and find some short pieces and just mix it up. Do some different colours. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's just what looks cool to your eye. Okay, they do say that beauty and artwork in particular is in the eye of the beholder. What you like, someone else might not, and vice versa, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so I've threaded that all the way around, and then I'd get another colour and thread it round again, but I'd go the opposite way. So when I went under the first one here, the next one needs to go over, and where you went over, the next one goes under. So you're doing it the opposite way, so you're threading it like that, because if you do it all the same way, then you'll see it all in the same place and it will look a bit odd. So I get the next one. Oh, found a long blue shoelace here, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I went under the first one here, so this time I'm going to go over it, and then I'll go under the next one, and then over, and then under. And you can use whatever materials you like. I do recommend that you ask your parents first if you're allowed to use it. And some things you might be using temporarily, like shoelaces, and some things you might be able to use on a more permanent basis. Over. Where have I gone? Okay, so under and over, and as long as you're doing the opposite of what you did before, then it will turn out really cool. Okay, and then I'll pull it in nice and tight, and then I do another colour around. So the one that I did like this. I didn't have enough to do it all the way around, and I thought actually I don't mind leaving little bits end out. I might trim them up a little bit, or I might just leave them dangling, it doesn't matter, but I quite like the effect of that. I might use the rest of this blue shoelace and go around on the next one around the top. So that's what you could do with CDs. You can just cover them with some cool fabric, or you can do some weaving. Righty-ho. This one here is your normal 3-plait, and I'll show you how that works. Those of you who plait your hair already will already know how to do plaits. Those of you who are not sure, have a look at this. So I'm going to grab 3 different colours out here. I might use shoelaces because they're nice and firm. There's a blue one, and oh, there's a dark blue. That will look quite good. So I think I want a light colour as well. Let's just go for a white. Okay. So first of all, we need to fix our ends together. So I'm going to put all 3 ends together. You can see these 2 are like got shoelace bits on it, and this one's already just tied in a knot. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to put all 3 together like this, so the ends are even. And I'm going to make a loop with all 3 of them like that, and tuck the ends in the loop just to tie a knot with all 3 together like that. Put it nice and firm. Okay, what I'm actually going to do now is I've got a safety pin here. I'm going to put it through the top part of it like that, and I'm just going to put it onto the back of my couch because I haven't got another person with me here at the moment to help hold it, because it's really hard to plait. I'll move this a bit closer. It's really hard to plait when you're holding it yourself and trying to plait and keeping it tight. So it's good to get it fixed on something. So I've got a fabric couch, so that's why I'm using the back of my couch, and I've just used a safety pin. So this is what we're going to do. We've got our 3 bits. Hope you can see the blue on the blue here. And we're going to take your outside bits and put them into the middle. So I take one outside, put it into the middle of the 3 of them. Take the other outside, fold it over into the middle. Hopefully you can see that. Your outside bit into the middle. Outside bit into the middle. This might work better if you can fix it to something and have it along the ground rather than up high. Because if you just take your outside and into the middle, every time you get a plait. Okay, so I'm going outside into the middle, outside into the middle, outside into the middle. So as long as you do it from alternate sides, and I'm trying to push them out, squeeze them out to keep it nice and tight as well. Outside into the middle. Feels like sometimes you need 4 hands to do this, but if you keep, I'm used to doing it from my hair from long ago, so I can get quite fast at doing plaits now. But once if you follow the same pattern, outside into the middle, outside into the middle, I don't know if you can see properly, hopefully, outside in, outside in, outside in, and then I pull the outside ones just to keep it nice and tight, and you end up with this cool wee plait. Outside in. So you just need three different colours, look really effective. And if you've got a balance of light and darks, it makes it stand out really nicely too. And I'm going to leave a little bit dangling at the end. I quite like some dangling. So I'm now going to hold them together and tighten a knot. So again, I'm going to make a loop like this and put the ends through the loop, all 3 ends, and pull it. And I made a knot on the bottom, nice and tight, and there's my plait. So the last type of weaving that I did, that I just wanted to show you, see, and I'll just tie this onto my strip here. Just another loop, and round it goes. And I quite like the effect of that. Those plaits I think look really neat. So the last one I was going to show you, I'll just turn this around the other way so I can show you at this end, is this one here. Now all I did was I got black ribbon and I got some other colours. Okay, I got 2 lighter colours so it stands out against the black, and I just tied them all at the top, and then I just wound my 2 around the black ribbon. So I left the black ribbon going down there, and then I just twisted the 2 different colours on and then tied it at the bottom, and that made, while it's not a plait, it makes a really interesting woven effect. So if you have a go at doing some plaits and doing some weaving, do make something and post a photo on Seesaw. We'd love to see some of your creations. Happy plaiting, happy weaving, have some fun. Bye.